What's up guys, welcome back. Now I don't know about you, but my wife is a huge fan of pasta, and you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. So today I'm gonna show you one of our current favorite pasta dishes. This is my recipe for spicy rigatoni. And what I love most about this recipe is it's super delicious, packed with flavor, a little spicy, extra creamy, plenty of Parmesan cheese, and most importantly, it's made with ingredients that are commonly found in your house already. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. Today I'm using mild Italian sausage. You could use hot for this, or if you don't want any spice, you use the regular kind. For the pork patrol, you can use turkey or beef as well. We have some tomato sauce. I like this brand here. Either of these brands will work really well if you find them at your grocery store. We got some fresh Parmesan cheese. We have some parsley, basil, garlic, shallot, tomato paste. And this is probably the one ingredient that a lot of people don't have in the fridge, but after today, maybe you will, creme fraiche. I'm using this in place of the heavy cream. Trust me on this one, it's gonna add a lot of flavor and a great texture. The next ingredient that's very important is the pasta. I love these extra large rigatoni noodles that I find at Wegmans, but any rigatoni or penne would work for this recipe. We're also gonna add a little bit of vodka to make a vodka sauce, obviously. If you don't want to use any alcohol, you can leave that out and just use a little chicken broth. And this episode is sponsored by my damn self. I've been telling you guys about this knife for a long time, and it is finally available and on the market. It's made with VG10 Japanese steel. Excellent quality knife, very limited supply, so you want to get yours now. The link is in the description box below. But look at that beauty. Excellent quality handle, good balance, great grip. This will last you a long time. I'm going to show you guys our fresh herbs and aromatics. We got a shallot, we got some garlic, parsley, bay leaves. Now if you don't have a shallot, guys, you can use whatever onion that you prefer. White, yellow, sweet onion, whatever you got will get the job done. We're just gonna dice it up nice and fine. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the garlic, just a nice mince. Give it a smash. All right, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead and get this skillet over some medium heat, going down with about a tablespoon or so of avocado oil or olive oil. Get the pan nice and warm, and then we're going in with our sausage first. Some people may argue with that, but I like to brown my sausage nicely and then add in the onions or the shallot and the garlic. All right, so as you can see, we have the sausage flat in the skillet with a little bit of olive oil. It's making good surface area contact with that skillet, which is gonna result in a nice crust to form on the sausage. And crust is gonna add flavor, texture, and some color, all the good stuff. So just let it cook for a few minutes before we start to break it up. All right, guys, so literally just a couple minutes in that skillet, and you'll start to develop a nice crust, like so. You see that nice color? That's gonna add some great flavor to your pasta. Some good texture as well. And then you can start to break it up. The same technique I use for chili. Anything that has ground meat in it, I like to use this technique. Chili, tacos, any sort of casserole or soup. All right, so once our sausage is nice and brown, I'm coming in with the shallot or onion if that's what you got on hand. No need to run to the store just for a shallot. Give that a mix, allow that to start to tenderize, and then we're going in with our garlic. I like to use fresh garlic for my pasta sauces, but you guys know I use that garlic paste all the time as well. So again, whatever you got in the fridge will get the job done. And in goes the garlic. 2 large cloves or 4 small ones. About a tablespoon in total is what you're looking for. Maybe more if you really like garlic. Do your thing. We're gonna mix that in. Immediately your house is smelling amazing. Now we're gonna up the spice level a little bit. You guys saw I used mild sausage, so I'm going in with some red pepper flakes to amplify the heat a little bit. This is all up to you guys. If you don't want it to be too spicy, you don't have to use that, but I'm going in with about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. We're also gonna go in with about 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Give that a good mix, allow all those flavors to start to come together and marry or date. You know, I don't want to push marriage on anybody. You can see we have some nice fond developing at the bottom of the skillet. We'll get that up here momentarily. And now we're going in with some fresh herbs. We have some basil, some fresh chopped parsley. Save some of that for garnish. And now we're gonna start to season this up, going in with my all-purpose seasoning. Or you can use a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Or just a simple salt and pepper if that's what you're into. Oh man, this is gonna be good, I can already tell. So for this recipe, it's basically like a vodka sauce. We're gonna use a total of 1/2 cup of vodka. I like to go in with half of it a little early to deglaze. And then we'll add the other half here in a minute. So just try to deglaze your skillet a little bit, get some of that flavor up off the bottom of there. There we go. And now we're gonna add our tomato sauce. Let's give that a good mix. We went in with about 45 to 50 ounces in total. Really depends on how many servings you're looking for, guys. You can go up to like 64 ounces of tomato sauce with this recipe. It freezes really well too, so if you wanna make a little bit extra, I wouldn't be mad at you. All right, so we have everything mixed together. We got our meat, our garlic, our shallot, the fresh herbs, the tomato sauce. Now I'm going in with the rest of that vodka. You're gonna bring this up to a gentle simmer and just let that cook off a little bit, maybe 15 minutes or so, and just let your sauce come together. Again, guys, if you don't wanna use vodka, you can use chicken broth or vegetable stock, something like that. The rest of us alcoholics, pour yourself a shot. Makes cooking a little bit more fun. This is how we're looking after about 15 minutes. Now it's time to introduce a little controversy. I'm going in with 1 teaspoon or so of white sugar, just to balance the acidity, and it kind of blends nicely with some of the spice that we have in the sauce. Brings everything together. Feel free to say mean things to me in the comments about that. And for any of my Italians that are watching today, this is gonna make you lose your mind, but I promise it's delicious. Creme Fraiche is amazing. It's a great substitute for heavy cream. And we're going in with about 3 or 4 tablespoons of that, along with some Parmesan cheese, which should settle everybody back down. And that, my friends, is the secret ingredient. Gonna have a nice pink color to the sauce once it's mixed in. Creamy, rich, amazing flavor. Trust me on this one, guys. If you don't want to trust me, no big deal. Go on with about 1/4 cup up to 1/2 cup of heavy cream, depending on how creamy you want your sauce to be. But for the rest of you guys, creme fraiche, trust me. And that's the beauty of cooking, guys. I actually discovered this technique because I didn't have any heavy cream and my wife wanted this pasta for like the 3rd time that week. So I was like, you know what? I got some creme fraiche in here from another recipe. Let me use that in place of the heavy cream. And oh my goodness, it was so much better. Now we're going in with 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Our noodles are almost done. You know we gotta finish the noodles in the sauce the way the good Lord intended. And then it'll be time to plate this up. Make sure you taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. I'm going in with a little bit more all-purpose seasoning. Really just needs a pinch of salt, but what the hell. Give that a good mix. If it's too spicy, you can add more cream. If it's not spicy enough, obviously add some red pepper flakes. All right, so we have our sauce on low. Now we're going in with some noodles. I like to do this one plate at a time, just to make sure they get coated nicely in that sauce. Oh man, I love these big rigatoni noodles. That sauce just fills them nicely. Perfect bite. Give them a minute or two to absorb all that sauce, finish cooking. And then it's time to plate this up, and you guys know my favorite time is the taste test. All right, my friends, we have ourselves a pasta pyramid here. And now it's time to brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. Little extra sauce for good measure. And without further ado, it is time for my favorite part of work, and that is getting in here for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Now, the only downside of this rigatoni is it's super big, so sometimes you gotta kind of cut it up. Here goes nothing.